Well, this brings back memories of Hebden Bridge. Can't be exactly sure when it was. I think it was probably the mid-80s, and my band played here several times. 9-play Hendrix, and it was just a Jimi Hendrix cover, and it went down very well here. I don't know why, but we seemed to go down a real storm in Huddersfield, and used to get a few people come over from Huddersfield to here to see us as well. It was great times, and that was with the great Don Kirk, who I learned not too long ago, passed away quite recently. Sad to see Don go. And as I said earlier when I was talking to that chap, I've got my Purple Haze t-shirt on because it was only yesterday that Jimi Hendrix passed away 50 years ago to the day, and so it brings back memories of both things here. So forgive me being a little bit self-indulgent on that one, but you know, it was great to play here. It was a wonderful atmosphere, really friendly people. They always used to pay us more to play longer, and sometimes it would go on till midnight and later. We had such a good time here over those years, just playing all the classic Jimi Hendrix stuff. Those were the good old days. Gone forever. So here I am on the outskirts of, well, not the outskirts because it's not a very big place anyway, but I'm just moving in towards the town centre, and I've bumped into these two lovely people, and it's Shell and Dave. And so Dave, you lived here very long?
I think it's been about probably 8 years.
Yes.
On and off.
Right.
The last day was about 6 years, and it's been fantastic. What a great place to live.
Lovely. That's
very cosmopolitan.
What was it that attracted you here? Did you come and have a look at it a few times beforehand to sort of suss it out?
Well, I came to work actually in Mythenroyd, and then I thought it's a good location, and the bars, the trades club.
Yeah.
It's just the most amazing place. Knowing people, walking around, it's just incredible.
Well, it goes to show what a lot of like-minded people can do, can't they? Because I've heard all kinds of stories, like as an example, that the banning of plastic bags in the community, where it's not just the traders, it's also, you know, the residents that agree with things like this.
Yes.
And quite a forward thinking, really.
Yes.
And it's got quite a reputation for being quirky people, as it's
quirky,
described.
as you can see with the hats on, the cowboy.
Is accepted. Everyone feels comfortable.
Nobody looks at anybody. Anybody could walk down this road in
wearing whatever they like.
A dressing gown. Nobody would blink.
Bat an eyelid.
Bat an eyelid. That's the way to put it. Yeah.
Everyone seems to wear silly hats, bright clothes.
So easygoing. You can be who you want here.
Yeah, well, that's the idea. Shell, I know we did start before, but we had to change direction because of the wind that suddenly blew up. So you're not actually from here, but you come over to see this young fella then?
I do, yes. Yeah.
Right.
I'm from Ferry Bridge, and I met David, and so I'm here just about every weekend.
Oh, that's very nice.
Love it here.
I actually had an opportunity to move here recently, where I met a woman who's got a cafe on the Liverpool Canal, who was telling me that she'd got a room to let. So I said, well, let's make some arrangements. That sounds really good. I'd like to be in Hebden Bridge for a while. Yeah. And I should have gone to see it last weekend, and she was going to ring me to tell me when, but she never did. Right. So I thought, right, well, I'm not going to labour that.
Whereabouts is that? Whereabouts?
Whereabouts is what?
The house.
I've no idea.
Oh, I see. Right.
She had a cafe in Silsden, which is up on between between Skipton and the Five Rise Lofts.
Yes, correct.
At Bingley.
Yes.
Very nice woman, but I think she's got a little bit too much on, to be honest with you. And she commutes every day.
Yes.
And so I need to do something. I'm living in my campervan at the moment because I've just finished this 2-year tour of walking around the coast and the Leeds Liverpool. But it's time to start going indoors now.
Yes.
It's getting cold on a night. You know, the condensation's affecting my computer. I've got a little studio in the van.
Oh wow!
And which I make these films on, so I can put them out. I've got a dongle that sends it straight off to.
Yes.
So I can make this film in 4 or 5 hours and just send it up to YouTube, and it's broadcast.
Fantastic.
So I'm considering having a night out here. So where would you recommend to me?
The Nightjar.
Nightjar.
The Nightjar?
Definitely.
Straight away,
The
the Nightjar.
So,
You
right.
will love the beer. The selections of beer are fantastic. The
Yeah.
people, the ambience.
I was just going to say the manager there is young, he's quirky himself, and he's
Yeah.
so much fun. He's lovely. It makes everybody feel as though they're local regulars, even when you're not.
So would you
Really
recommend
nice.
that I have a chat with him then? He might
Definitely.
be
Oh,
the man.
he's called Andy. If
Yeah.
you say that David and Shell, David with the cowboy hats,
Yes.
he'll know us if you go today
Yes.
and send our best wishes. And he's brilliant. And the pub, it's so easy. He gave me a glass with the logo on for
Yes.
the last night.
Very nice.
It's just, you chat to everybody.
Yes. Yeah,
You
you
sit
can
down.
just sit down and somebody
And
will
have a
sit
chat.
next to you.
That's
and you
exactly
just
what I'm
start
looking for,
chatting.
so we can chill out and really
Yes.
talk. You
To
understand?
be honest with you,
Just chat
you
about
will find
anything
so
and
many
everything.
people there. Why have you come to Hebden Bridge? And they will, and it's wonderful. It's a great place to do some good interviews.
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell them the name again, please.
The Nightjar.
Nightjar.
The
And it's
Nightjar.
next to the
Theatre.
cinema.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I've just passed it.
Yes,
On
yes.
the way down.
It'll be open, I think, opens about 2 o'clock or something. Anyway, whatever.
Right.
It's
And the beer's fantastic.
great,
So
Right.
guys, go to the Nightjar, have a great beer.
Thank you very much. Well, look, it's been, I said it was only going to be 2 or 3 minutes, and it has
Yeah.
been, and I really appreciate your time.
No, thank
It's
you.
been a real pleasure to meet you, and if everybody's like you two in this place, it's, yeah,
Thank
great.
you. Hebden
Yeah.
Bridge rocks, guys.
Yeah,
Rock and roll.
absolutely.
Fish crawled out of the ocean and grew legs and started walking. And the apes climbed down from the trees. They grew tall and started talking. And the stars fell out of the sky. And my tears rolled into the ocean. Now I'm looking for a reason why you put the whole thing into motion. 'Cause if you're not really here, the stars don't even matter. Now I'm fair too tired for fear, but it's all just a bunch of matter. 'Cause if you're not really here, I don't wanna be either. I wanna be next to you. Black and gold, black and gold, black and gold. Look up into the night sky and see 1,000 eyes staring by. But in between these golden beacons, I see nothing but black. I feel the weight of something between them. I can't see what I can feel. Vision is the only validation, and most of my life isn't real. 'Cause if you're not really here, stars don't even matter. Now I feel too tired to fear, but it's all just a bunch of matter. 'Cause if you're not really here, I don't wanna be either. I wanna be next to you. Black and gold, black and gold, black and gold. Wanna be next to you. Black and gold, black and gold, black and gold.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can I have your name, please? Can I talk to you just for a minute?
Yeah, of course.
Are you a local person?
I'm from just down the road in Oldham.
Oldham. Oh, really? I told them Oldham. There used to be an old advert, you remember that? The car batteries.
for your sins.
Yeah, well, it's a long while since I've been to Hebden Bridge. I used to play in a band, and I played at the Trades Club 2 or 3 times in the mid-80s.
Well-known
Jimi
venue,
Hendrix tribute. In actual fact, I'm wearing this from yesterday, when it was Jimi Hendrix died 50 years ago yesterday. I'm quite sure you know that.
Nice,
But what do you think of Hebden Bridge then?
Beautiful, beautiful town.
It is, isn't it?
The best busking spot's over there in the centre.
Oh, is it really?
That was occupied when I turned up today. So.
Oh, right.
Yeah, usually do all right if you're a busker in Hebden Bridge.
Well, you're not far from Oldham, are you? About 10 miles maybe? That's okay, yeah.
Just through Rochdale.
Yeah, it's changed over the years. I know. If you read Wikipedia, it gives quite a different view in a kind of way, but nevertheless, true. You know, it gives you all the population, all the rest of it. It tells you things like that there's more. I don't know how many lesbians you can get in a square foot, but what they say is there's more lesbians per square foot than anywhere else, which is a little bit of a play on words, isn't it?
And my friend and I came down here one night. We were aiming on going out, but it was the ladies' night, so making our way back, we ended up following a guy with a wind-up radio into a party in the woods instead. So
Really?
yeah, we couldn't get in anywhere down here.
No, that's amazing. No, I mean, it's a bit late season now. It's coming to an end in a kind of a way, but I mean, nevertheless, a decent day like today.
Lovely.
You know, it's perfect, isn't it? So, was that your song?
No, that was a Sam Sparrow number. That.
Right. Okay. So, if I put that on YouTube, it might come as I might get. You might have to pay the royalties for that.
You might get a copyright, but I play it a bit differently, so it might not flag up.
No, well, look, thank you very much. I'm going to contribute into the little box. Your name is, sorry?
Unjim, my artist name. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, well, I'm Jim, so you're Unjim.
Jim.
Lovely
Nice.
to meet you, Unjim.
Thank you.
Yeah, great stuff. Thank you very much.
Tell me when you got the camera this way.
Yeah, no, don't worry about that. I will explain. Name 3 players who were in the Benson Hedges cricket final, the very last one, who were named after cigarettes.
This is our recreation. We've got named 3 players that were in the Benson Hedges what? Cricket Cup?
Cricket final.
Cricket final that are named after cigarettes. We've got named three players that are in the Benson Hedges cricket final that are named after cigarettes.
Benson Hedges. And his mate Hedges.
Lambert.
And his mate Butler. Regal. Spelled backwards. Lager.
Regal. Silk coat. Yeah. Regal. Marlborough.
Any advance?
Marlborough. Do we get a prize for this or what?
No.
Park Drive. Captain.
Captain Fulston.
Do you want to know?
Go on.
Number 1, number 6 and number 10.
Oh. What?
So this is Chris. So what's this all about, Chris, please? Quite obviously it's about solidarity with Palestine, but what's the bigger picture?
Well, the bigger picture is that the mainstream media in this country, and in most countries actually, don't report about what's happening in occupied Palestine to Palestinians.
Yes.
I go regularly to Palestine, and I've seen what happens to the Palestinians. We have to. And I think being here, lots of people have said to me, well, you can't say anything. That's not true.
Right.
We can say something.
Yes.
We can say that the murder and the maiming and the imprisonment of Palestinian children is wrong, that the theft of Palestinian land is wrong, that the ethnic cleansing that is now going on in Jerusalem is wrong, and we need to find our voices, be human, get a backbone, and speak for Palestine. Because somebody needs to speak for them. They have been under the boot of the Israelis for 72 years, and they're still fighting, and they're still standing in their own courage. If they can do it, the least we can do is speak out and say, free Palestine.
Yes. Good for you. You only said that with your heart.
Well,
You've got your eye.
I don't.
Yeah, So here we are in Taste of the East in Hebden Bridge, and you can probably sense that by the music. And I've met this wonderful couple. There's Craig and Sarah, and they're just sat here eating their lovely Chinese food, which smells very, very nice. And we just got talking, as you do. And so, may I start with you, Craig? What are you doing here? What's going on?
Well, I've travelled a lot like you have all over the world, and then in recent times I kind of developed a love affair again for Britain.
Yes.
And I wanted to live in the north, and I wanted to settle somewhere. I didn't want to live in Wigan, where I'm from.
Right.
And so I wanted somewhere with an eclectic vibe. I wanted somewhere with beautiful nature. And somebody told me about Hebden Bridge. I remember the first time I came, I thought it was full of old people.
Really?
But the second time I came, I thought, oh my God, it's wonderful. And we went on some walks and explored some of the nature. And we like swimming, so we went for some swims in the rivers, and we just fell in love with it. And for someone like me that's travelled all over the world and found it hard to stay in one place, I've really found a spiritual home here.
Well, that's excellent, excellent. I mean, I've similar to you, I used to come here in the 80s because I played in a band here, and that was the only reason I came. And it didn't have the image then that it has now. I mean, it's changed quite dramatically in 20 years. There's always been this business about hippie types, and hence they like I play Jimi Hendrix music, and they liked that. So that brought the whole place. It was full, absolutely packed every time we played there.
Do you play the guitar?
Yes, I'm the bass player actually.
You hold all the tune together, you hold it all.
I'm the singer and the bass player.
Oh, with the singer as well?
Which is,
When you said with your mentioning Jimi Hendrix, I thought you played it reverse.
sort of smashing the amps up and all that. No, nothing. I can't do. I can play the guitar, but not nowhere near like Jimi Hendrix can. But I'm the bass player, so it's still an important member of the band. But I'm not. I'm not in the I'm not in the limelight, if you understand. I'm just but being the singer, of course, I am. And it's quite difficult to play Jimi Hendrix bass lines and sing at the same time. It's a bit like Paul McCartney, where you think, how does he do it? Well, I've got no idea how I do it, but I do it. Well, I did it, but I mean, and I'm wearing my Purple Haze t-shirt because I had a band in Bulgaria. We were very popular in Bulgaria.
Nice.
And it was the 50th anniversary of his death yesterday, so that's why I'm wearing this today.
Oh, lovely.
And what about you, Sarah? What's your story, briefly?
Oh, this is for a long time.
You can tell me I'm a doctor. A docker, I mean.
Oh, so I'm just so passionate about nature and with this whole COVID situation.
Yes.
That's and this containment that's hanging around. It's really important for me to be around like-minded, creative others who are know how to look after themselves, feed themselves, nourish themselves well, and immerse themselves in nature and enjoy and receive all the benefits that Mother Nature has, because there's so much abundance here.
Yes.
I'm a wild woman who's swimming in the waters, and the water's beautiful here to swim.
Yep.
It's full of iodine, so it's really nourishing and cold. The cold water has so many amazing benefits, so it's like, why not start the day the best way you can? A dip and a walk and a hike and a cycle and beautiful food, because it's all grown and sourced locally here from the tops. And what's to love about it?
Fantastic.
And there's so many creative people like yourself who you meet, writers, artists, poets, singers, musicians, and everybody's just so open and willing to talk to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And me.
Yes. Well, quite obviously. But so, I mean, if you don't mind me asking, how long have you two been together then? If you don't know.
That's another one.
We're not going there.
No,
all right,
that's that one.
That's
another question.
Yes, next question, please.
So you were saying that you're moving into the town in the next few weeks, and that you've got a longer term plan as well.
Yeah. I used to live here before. I lived here about earlier when we were talking, you mentioned that incredible summer of 2018.
Yes.
I was living here then short term.
All right.
But then I headed off because I had some work in South America. And it's kind of only this year when I'm coming back, so we've been here for a few months. We found a short-term flat.
Yeah, we've actually been living in a man cave, haven't we?
Yeah.
Right.
Or one of our friends has needed his plants watering, and his beautiful cat Rafi needed to medicate him.
Right.
So we've
we've been house sitting.
And we're living in a man cave.
So it's all worked out very nicely for you.
We've got a flat, which
yes.
we're moving next week.
Yes.
But from January we're moving into our dream home.
Yeah, the dream. And live it. We're
long term.
Living the dream.
Put our slippers on, grow our own veggies, and grow on gracefully.
Well, that's what a wonderful story. well, I mean, I hope you're successful. You seem very well suited, and you look very, very happy together, which is really nice. And you're very bright, articulate people. I'm sure you're going to get on very well.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, and I've given you a card, but I'll give you a card with my phone number on and stuff, and we'll keep in touch because you're lovely people.
Thank you very much.
Now, just one final point.
Go on.
You're both from Wigan. Are you both from Wigan?
I'm not from Wigan, no.
You're from... All right.
He is. Bred.
Yes. Right, okay. Well, having just had the experience of walking through Wigan on the Leeds Liverpool, when I say I've got mixed feelings, I've been to Wigan several times in the past, but never to look at the canals and everything, and I didn't know that there was a 21 lock staircase to walk through and all the rest of it.
Keeps that Wigan as busy.
I can imagine what it was like all those years ago when all that was going on at the turn of the century, and thousands and thousands of people. And I mean, with respect, it would have been a bit of a grimy, smoky, filthy place in those days, especially as they were taking coal down to Liverpool mainly, which is what they did on the canal. But nevertheless, it's got a very interesting history. As for the centre or any of these places, or people judge places by town centres, don't they?
Yeah, they do actually.
And with respect, I think most of these industrial places that haven't been thoroughly developed yet look a bit of a tip, don't they?
They do.
It's going to take a long time to sort that out. And the one thing I'll say about a place like this, even though it's a much smaller place, and there's only what 4,000 people here, you don't see a Sainsbury's or an Asda or a.
No, everything's grown here. Look,
exactly.
The bread,
Yeah.
the vegetables, the eggs, the meat.
Yes.
Or everything. It's just off the farms, and it's brought into the village, and it's so fresh and tasty. And that's probably why we've been feeling so healthy and full of life and vibe, because we're eating food that hasn't got loads of crap chemicals on it.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful produce here.
Yes. Well, thank you very much indeed. It's been an absolute pleasure meeting you. I hope we can keep in touch. You're very nice people. Thank you very much indeed for your time.
Cheers, Joe.
Cheers now.
Thank you very much.
Bye. So here I am in the Nightjar. This is Andrew, and are you the owner, the manager?
Yeah.
You're the owner. Well, it's very nice to meet you, Andrew. You came highly recommended by a couple that I met earlier on.
The campers, David and
David with the trilby on, and Sue, who are delightful people. And I was just like, it was more or less the first people I spoke to. I says, where can I find a really nice pub where I can have a nice beer and meet a really good manager or a good owner or somebody who's going to be interesting and who can look after, dealing with what it's been like in Hebden Bridge over the years, basically. And so he suggested that you're exactly the right man for the job, and so it's, he thinks the world of you.
Well, that's good.
And the pub as well.
Generally, lots of people, when they've been in here drinking alcohol, think the world of everyone. I think that's generally how it works.
But I mean, on that subject, you've got quite a rare selection of beers. Is it a rare?
We have our own brewery.
Yes.
So we have a brewery in Royd, which is the next town along.
Yes.
Our Canter.
Right.
That's all our own designs and our own beers. But yeah, so we do put other beers on.
Yeah.
But we do have a couple. Mostly, did you go on the walk? In Hebden, on the canal.
Yes, I parked my campervan up the road by the first bus stop, and then you go over a little bridge, and then you come down past the lock, and then into Hebden.
Yeah, so where you come down on the bridge, on the left-hand side is the longest, where the canal boats are. They're all set stations, like people have lived there for 15 years.
Yes.
And when you tie your boat up there, it's kind of, you actually have to buy the plot. It's one of the only places in England where the Canal Trust has actually sold the sites. It's beautiful, very beautiful. And then, obviously, if you walk further down, you've got Toblerone. We've been here. We opened this bar 2 years ago.
Yes.
It's a listed building, so it's part of the cinema.
Yes.
Which is closed at the minute, but you should. I don't know if you ever get to come here again. It's probably one of the most beautiful cinemas you'll see in the country.
Yes.
It's like an old theatre, and it just hasn't been touched.
Yes.
So yeah, Hebden Bridge in a nutshell it's beautiful place. We're known as the most liberal town in England. We have great music venues like Tradesman that have had some, yourself being one of them, play. And we flood a lot. That's what we do. That little fish there is where we flooded in February.
So I mean, I see that sign. I've had a look at the signs outside. We can talk about it, and I'll actually edit those onto the. So tell me about. I mean, it seems to have been a regular thing.
Yes, it happens very quickly. So this time it was a Sunday morning, and it started at about 10:30. It was quite heavy rainfall, and then from 10:30 to just before midday, it rose just in an astronomical rate. There was cars floating down the road.
Really?
Oh yeah. It was shocking. We got stuck in the building actually, because we were trying to lift things off the floor, and we had to swim out.
Yeah.
It was. But as a town, whenever the floods happen, everyone pulls together. So I mean, the next day we had something like 18 to 20 people probably just
helping.
To help. Yeah, just to come in to clear this out.
Can I ask you then, surely if this happens so often, it could happen next year and the year after?
It's
is there any action being taken in any way?
It's a 3-year cycle. So we have, there's been a couple of £1 million invested in extending the river down in Michelroyd to try and ease it. But ironically, when they were building that, when the last flood happened, the waters went over the new defences.
Yes.
They said they built them so high that they'd never go over it.
Yes.
And it did.
Yes.
So they're having to rethink all that. I think the next, there is a charity called Slow the Flow.
Yes.
That work up in the hills trying to create little almost river paths, new river paths for it to go into the stream. But as much as all the work is, you can't really effectively yet stop it. So there is always, we have a loud alarm that is the flood alarm for the town. And that goes off a couple of hours before that'll be
right.
And we get weather warnings a lot of the time. And it's just doing what best you can. We built this building with that in mind. That's why the brick walls are there.
Yes.
There isn't a lot of stuff that can get ruined. It's all pretty basic materials. So you can't get flood insurance around these parts. So there's always that.
Well, it must be very disheartening, but I'm going to leave you now.
Okay.
If that's it. It's been lovely meeting you. You're going to get through.
I'll go on there.
Yeah, sure. Keep in touch.
Amazing.
It's lovely to meet you.
Very nice to meet you, Jim.
Cheers now.
Have a good day.
Bye now. Bye.